Holden. And it's signed. It's signed, and I'm about to do a giveaway. You guys ready for this? Okay, so I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors, Visit Austin, and ACL's right back there. There is a piece of the original stage from 50 years ago when they launched ACL, Austin City Limits, the show that Willie Nelson himself stood on, and you can go take pictures back there. There's some cuties up there right now doing it. There we go. I've already done it 3 times. But listen, we're gonna do a little Austin trivia. Anybody ever been down to Austin before? Okay. I'm gonna start with a really easy question, right? Some of our favorite Austin artists, and we're gonna do giveaways. Big shouts to Beggars Group. They have a record tent in the record fair. That's Matador Records, Rough Trade, XL, and they hooked up some amazing stuff. So for this first one, let's do an unreleased Bar Italia 7-inch. This is Jealousy. It doesn't even come out till a couple weeks from now, but you can have it if you get this question right. You ready? You ready?
Yes!
Okay, we're gonna start easy. Which Pitchfork favorite band from Austin is named after a utensil? Hands up. I see someone in a McMuna shirt. Spook, come on up. You got it. Is that official merch?
Yes.
Is this official merch or is this, it's official? Have you seen this one?
Yeah.
That's a shirt. The band approves.
They sold it.
Okay. I'm gonna ask you another one. This is for a Jamie XX 12-inch. No? This is for a Jamie XX 12-inch. Okay, show of hands. The first one I see up is the first one we'll call him. This dope-smoking country hero shares a love of weed and some tracks with Snoop Dogg. Yes, Med.
Willie Nelson?
Willie Nelson, come on up.
I saw that. I got that one right. Go me. Where my stoners at?
Legalize it. All right. We already did in Chicago, right?
Yeah. You guys have it in Austin?
In Brooklyn we did too, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a hard one now. You ready? Where are the stands at? The Muna stands. Okay. I've got a question for you. So, what are the star signs for each member of Muna? Okay, I see a trucker hat, with a green bandana.
2 Capricorns and a Pisces.
But who's who?
Katie and Naomi are Capricorns and Joe is Pisces.
God damn, you're a stab! We got a real stab! Come on up!
Like, let's go with the moon sign, let's go with the right.
You deserve this. What's your name? Mia? Yo, Mia, you deserve this. You guys are awesome. Muna fans rule, man. Y'all ever wear silk chiffon?
Yeah.
You ever feel like you're the one who got away? Like you want the fireworks? The chemistry? Well, that's why you're here. Yo, give it up for Pitchforks, Anagata, and Muna!
You should start doing karaoke, Katie.
Hi! Thanks for coming.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming out. This is the biggest thing to happen yet today, and I know there was some other news that's like a close second, but like this is So I'm so pleased to be here to talk with Muna, with all of you. Muna, would you all like to introduce yourselves each before we get started?
I'm Josette. We're announcing our run for president as well. My first
trio. I'm Katie.
Allowing time for everyone to clap after names. I'm Naomi.
No, we had to put the clap time on the teleprompter. Great. So, I know we're all here at Pitchfork Fest, but did anyone go to Taylor Swift's Eras Tour? Muna, y'all opened for some of those dates last year. Can you tell us, like, what was that experience like?
I say kind of the same thing every time, but it like after the first 100 people that you see, you can't imagine that the rest are like actual humans. You're like, so there's 100 people here, and I know someone told me there's like 80,000, but yeah, you're like those aren't people. So it kind of feels like you're in a VR like reality. You just go out and you're like, whatever. I guess there's not that many people here.
To clarify, we do understand that Taylor Swift fans are people.
That's not what I'm assuming. I'm rising to the intelligence level of the people that are here. They understand what I mean. Yeah, it's just wild. It's like totally surreal and strange, but really cool.
Yeah.
The human mind is not equipped to deal with numbers at that scale.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes. So when I think about like Muna, a Muna song, a Muna attitude, I think about like a comeback story, going from heartbreak to like emotional euphoria, and just like having to reconcile all of that feeling. So I wanted to, like, the three of you as a group, hard question, when was like your low point?
Always. Still ongoing. No end in sight. We'll see.
Wouldn't you say, though, actually, in terms of the Muna story, it was probably like, we've had a lot of them actually. We've had a lot of them. But it probably was like one of our lowest lows was during the pandemic when like we had gotten dropped or right before.
It was before
right
that.
Before, yeah.
Like
we
the
weren't
end of
even dropped yet.
the end of 2019 when we were like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, that kind of uncertainty that comes along with like being in the music industry and putting music out.
We had just been going for a long time and we didn't know, like, some of y'all have probably been with us from the beginning, like, for a long ass time, but it took, and thank you, but like, it has taken us a long time to like accrue enough fans that like we kind of have stability as a band, but also like I think we're very lucky for that. I think like not having a meteoric rise is also what has allowed us to like stay sane. So and it's good to kind of have to like reassert your belief in yourself. Like if it's not coming from the outside, it's like, yeah, we still think we're good and we still want to like keep making records, you know?
So conversely, like when was your highest point? When did you feel like you had totally bounced back?
Hasn't happened yet. We'll see.
I mean, when we did the Greek,
the Greek.
Really cool. When we did, what was the show in DC?
Did y'all come?
What was the show we did in DC?
The Anthem.
Yeah.
The Anthem in DC, yeah.
But it just like, also, I think when we put Silk out, like, not having to, we were on a flight when we put that song out, and then when we got off the plane, we were like, oh, people are actually like responding to this, and it kind of, I think, reduced the anxiety. But I mean, like, I don't know if you'll ever feel like you made it, because it's just like, comparison is the thief of joy, and we're poor.
I didn't know that you were on a plane when you released the song. That's so much drama.
It was kind of amazing because the addiction to like refreshing comments and saying like, dude, they like get it, like not being able to like be forced to not engage in that way kind of made it really special. Like when we landed and we looked and we were just like, oh my god, like people love this song. That's so great. It was a relief to not be to disengage it a little bit. That I think, that's kind of a lasting lesson of just like being online at all. Like disengage when you can and you'll be.
Are y'all touching grass out there? There's some grass. It's right there.
Yeah, people are touching it. Wow.
That's me.
So you mentioned your show at the Greek Theater in Los Angeles, and like I'm sure you already know they have a live album that just recently came out that is capturing that same show, so you can have like the full concert experience at your home, in your car, whatever. But you were there, so like, can you tell us, like, take us behind the scenes at that show? Like, what do you remember about that night?
Right. I mean, I think for me, the thing that's like the most lasting in my memory is that show really brought home to me the fact that like the fans at a Muna show are really what is creating like 90% of the energy that is there. Like, there's just such a special, the way that y'all treat each other and the way that y'all respond to the music, like, I think it has this effect of like giving other people permission that are there, and then it like creates this, it's just a beautiful like feedback mechanism of like people feeling more and more free throughout the night, and it does the same thing to us. So I'm just very proud of like Muna fans, like for the way that they've created that atmosphere. It's so cool, and we don't do that, y'all do that. So like that's, yeah, my number one thing. And like it's just very cute. I think we as individuals, every time we have those moments where we're like leveling up as a band, we're all confronted with our own like insecurities, and so the way that we showed up for each other, and like Naomi and Joe really showed up for me on those nights, because I had like a little anxiety coming back about like, I don't know, it's just every time that you have to do something big.
Is it extra stressful if it's then recorded and it's going to be your live album?
We had a choice.
Yeah, if it sucked, we wouldn't have put it out.
Yeah. So you're like, that's fine. If it's like TV, then yeah.
Yeah, the TV is the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Because it's recorded and then it goes away from you.
Yeah.
And then it goes to the nation. Yeah.
But yeah, I think that we just felt pressure. It was like a hometown show for us. So our friends and families, and yeah, we're there and watching it. That pressure is enough to be like, God, I hope we do a good job. Yeah.
I love what you're talking about with this idea of like a virtuous cycle. Like, you all know the phrase vicious cycle, but the opposite, it's virtuous cycle when you're like building and it's just getting better and better.
Yeah.
Cool. So, not a virtuous cycle, but like blooper reel. Can we talk about things that might have gone wrong on tour? Did you ever like book tickets to the wrong city? Did you ever like leave somebody behind on accident?
No.
I leave everything behind all the time.
Katie we get taken care of so well, and Katie leaves something behind in every room that she's ever been in. But
I'm blowing a kiss to my tour manager, who's like the one who has to pick it up.
Shout out Frankie. But I mean, like, we've had horrible technical things go wrong, but it's like, I think at this point we've been a band for so long that we kind of have rules, like
you can just
during
rock
the
with
show
it.
you have to. And if not, like, we kind of have like a big discuss. You know, it's like it's a thing. You just kind of have to pretend like everything's fine.
The
no
worst,
matter what.
the worst thing that happened to me was a show that we played
That festival?
It was many years ago when it was like 103 degrees and humid.
This was Ohio.
In Ohio, yeah, many years ago, and gear like
melting.
The gear on stage is just like, you can't have analog synths in 104 degree weather, and so they were just going so out of tune. That stressed me out, but just like little shit like that.
Yeah, you have the most to be dealing with, I think, of the performers on stage, and so Naomi is like expecting things to like, and then they're always having to like rewrite their parts on stage.
I'll let everyone know after the show today if anything went wrong or if everything was fine.
I'm sure something will, but hopefully it's not a big thing.
Yeah. So I want to move now to some like new things that you each have coming up. So exciting. Maybe you've already heard the news, but Katie's first solo single. It's coming out on Tuesday. That's in like 2-3 days, depending how you count. Called Aftertaste. Could you give us like a pre-taste?
Give it. Why don't you sing it?
Why don't you sing it?
Why don't you sing it? It's not my project.
Not my project, not my problem.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I don't want to sing it. I don't want to. I'm nervous.
She'll actually do it. She'll do a
Also,
spoken-
y'all know it. Y'all know, like, there's a snippet that's on TikTok, so I recommend go watch it on TikTok. Yeah. I'm the Empress. My new clothes. And I think that you must know. Yeah, some of them know
You
it.
got the dance already like locking in.
I know. Well, they're real ones out here, no doubt. Yeah.
Beautiful. Did you have any like points of reference? Any like artists that you were thinking of in like the production elements? Like, what was your vision for it?
Yeah, I think Aftertaste is probably like a good bridge from Muna stuff into the solo world, because it does. I think it has similar references to Muna songs that we
a little
put out. But I'm a women's music girly, you know, like I love like Tracy Chapman and Ani DeFranco and Sarah McLachlan. So I think
Tori Amos
and Tori. I can't. Yeah, how could I forget? Kill myself.
That's why you have us.
But yeah, it's just the girls, just the girls.
Okay, interesting. I was kind of thinking like maybe picking up a little bit of like Sheryl Crow, which is
Absolutely, yeah.
Like,
One of the
She's included. I think she was on the Lilith Fair lineup. It's just basically like anyone, probably most people that were at Lilith Fair.
Was she?
I think she was, yeah.
well, we can
Someone can fact check, yeah.
Moving on to Naomi, you're up next. You are in a film coming up. A film. It's a film about TV called SNL 1975, meaning about the famous television show SNL, about their first episode. And so the character you're playing, it's a real person. Can you tell us who that is and like how you're getting prepped?
I already shot it, so I'm done.
Oh,
so
wow.
the
fully prepared.
The prep happened. But I'm playing a musician, Janice Ian, if you're familiar with Janice Ian. And yeah, if you look up a picture of her, we do look a lot alike, so it makes sense.
Cute.
And yeah, I'm performing in the movie. I'm playing one of her songs, as you've said. It's like kind of the lead up to the first episode, the first ever episode of SNL. And yeah, I had to learn one of her songs very quickly, and she is a very good guitar player. So I had a couple days holed up in New York, kind of just shedding one of her songs. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what song it is, but you can go listen and you probably
Can guess.
you could figure which one it is. Yeah. Incredible musician. Go stream her music. She rules.
Have you had a chance to like speak with her directly at all?
No, I feel like we'll probably meet like at the premiere.
You'll be like,
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Spider-Man meme.
all right, Josette, you're up next. I heard that you are working with someone I've heard of called named Joe Jonas.
Yes.
Who is that? How did you meet him?
This is so stupid. We met because of someone who was a fan of me who he was hanging out with, and then we went bowling. We just hit it off, and then he just asked me to come to the studio with him, and then I ended up working on a song that's going to be on his record. But yeah, that's it.
Whoa! Oh, we've got a sign in the audience. It says, if you can't see it, it says blink twice if Joe Jonas is holding you hostage.
Tell me the glasses.
Oh boy! Okay, really exciting times for all of you. Like tons to look forward to. Meanwhile, I didn't realize that you all also have a podcast together. You're really like busy people. Pitch us on your podcast, like elevator pitch for the podcast.
Someone, I think like, the title kind of says it all. It's called Gayotic. So it's like a lot of us just being gay and chaotic. That's really it. It's just us shooting the shit. Talking about our lives, talking about our band and music, and talking with our friends, and sometimes people we're meeting for the first time. Having strange conversations about random topics, kind of just whatever comes up.
I would kind of like to hear from like a listener of the podcast what the podcast is, because I actually don't know. We just like show up and talk, and then I'm like,
It's
okay.
chaotic.
Yeah. But I think it was very intentional, like when we decided to start a podcast.
Very intentional.
Well, no, I'm saying it was intentionally unintentional. Like we have jobs already that require our like creative input and our brains. So we were like, if we're gonna do a podcast, we have to be able to be so dumb on it, or else we're not gonna be able to do it in a sustainable way.
It's a dumb smart cocktail depending on what you stumble across.
Indeed.
When you're not listening to your own podcast, like what are some podcasts that you recommend?
What do we listen to?
We listen to such different things.
Yeah, we do. Go ahead.
I love the podcast Slow Burn. It's like a deep dive historical podcasts, and then I like other weird shit that I'll keep private.
Dan Carlin, Hardcore History. I feel like we used to listen to Hardcore History.
When we used to drive, we would listen to like the 4-hour history things, then we'd have to rewind every hour because of how in depth it is.
We love Bone and Matt.
Yeah, that's culture, absolutely.
And Poog.
Yeah, absolutely. I listened
You
to Adrienne Marie Brown's podcast, How to Survive the End of the World, and like the whole new season is just like, she's just interviewing a bunch of witches. So I'm listening to that.
That's why you're locked in.
I'm locked in. Yeah, I'm absolutely locked in.
At least you're on brand no matter what.
Yeah.
Philosophize This is good too.
Yeah.
Okay, really strong playlist we're building here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So I want to bring you all a question from a Muna friend of mine who's here today, and she's 7. Her question for
Let's
you
go.
is,
Sick.
how did you get the name Muna?
It's a good question. I'm looking at you because I'm wondering if it was you. Thanks for the
Depends on
question,
if you're
Conway.
7 or not.
We kind of named the band in the same way that you would name like a puppy. We already, in the sense like we already had the band, and
You're like, oh, so cute. What are we gonna call it?
so cute songs. We were gonna put out some songs. We were still in college, and we just like sat around and like batted some names back and forth, and we liked this idea of like it sounding like this kind of like feminine planet, like this place, and you liked the way it looked. You liked the way the word looked in
You're
the
obsessed
font
with
that
me
you wanted to
liking
use. Well, that's actually how it happened.
You're obsessed with fonts.
I am
Favorite
obsessed with that.
favorite font?
Damn.
The hardest question you get. There's so many, man.
What are you liking right now? Let's say.
What am I was using, you know what? Some of the, okay. This is actually really hard, so I don't think I'm going to be
Wait,
able
I have
to
a
answer this
follow-up
straightforward.
font question.
Go ahead.
Do you think it's bad that I'm using the Instagram font that kind of looks like Comic Sans on my Instagram stories?
Personally, I think that one's kind of funny.
I kind of feel like it's kind of like it might be next.
It's kind of funny.
Am I crazy?
It can only be kind of funny though.
There's
It can't be serious.
there's a typewriter one that's being gatekept from me. I don't have it on the Instagram. I don't know why I
Facing
don't
out
have.
typewriter?
No, there's like a new version of it. So it's not
Oh,
as
that you
thick. It's
can't
like,
have?
Yeah, I don't have it. And our photographer Penelope had it, and she's trying to explain to me how to get it, and it's being gatekept from me, so I don't have it for whatever reason.
But you're using the typewriter,
Yeah.
the normal
Yes,
typewriter
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I think I appreciate all the sans serifs. I like Times New Roman, Bakerville or whatever that one is called is good. I like controversially I like Helvetica.
Yeah, I was waiting for you. I was waiting for you to drop it.
Futura Gothic.
I just saw someone go, I love Helvetica.
Everybody, by the way,
does like
that's
Helvetica.
Helvetica right there, like on the train sign. So
Helvetica is a little bit of home.
it's evergreen. It's evergreen.
Yeah. comfort.
There's a bunch more. I'll put them on Instagram for free or whatever.
Oh my god. Wow, we got so off topic, but let's bring it back.
Love it.
So we heard a question about from a 7-year-old, but I have a question that's more about like being 30s-ish, and earlier we guessed everyone's star signs like correctly, and I wanted to ask about the concept of like a Saturn return. Do we believe in it? Like, has it affected you personally?
I don't know if I really felt like
I think you might be going. Are you done?
I would be done, and I haven't felt anything.
Isn't the jury out on
The actual time?
when it is and when it ends?
No, not at all.
So,
Wouldn't it be dependent on the fuck this? Wouldn't it be dependent on the type of astrology that you prescribe to?
Yeah, but it's just like what sign Saturn is in when you are born.
So doesn't everyone think it like starts when you're 27?
But we had Channy Nicholas on our podcast.
Yeah, she absolutely reamed us.
Channy's a real one.
She did.
Absolutely
We
reamed
were
us.
reamed by Channy Nicholas, and one of the things that she said about our Saturn return, because we're both
about.
I just love it. It's a cute love song.
Before we go away, I've got a really fast game that we're gonna play with Muna. It's a game of this or that. I'm gonna ask you a question. You're gonna need one answer. You're gonna have to tie break that between yourselves. Okay. Are we ready? It is all about emojis. So just picture the emoji when I say it. Okay. Red heart or hard eyes face?
Red heart.
Red heart.
Red heart.
Okay. Red heart or loudly crying face?
Red heart.
Red heart.
Red heart or tears of joy?
Is that the one where he's
that like-
laugh spinning?
Not the spinning one, the one that is horizontal.
What?
Oh wait, is it like
the
Smile and a
streams?
tear. Smile and one tear.
Can you do with a face?
smile and 2 tears?
And like going like.
But is it streams of
Is
tears?
it streaming or is it very sweet?
The streams of tears, that's loudly crying face.
Yeah, yeah,
This is
Oh.
tears of joy, which has the
Oh,
droplet on
tears
either
of-
Oh,
side.
they're going
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah.
Tears of joy.
I like the one that's spinning.
I like
yeah.
tears of joy because I'm begging always.
Okay, we
for
can
my
go
life.
with you. Tears of
Okay.
joy.
Sure.
Tears of joy.
Tears of joy.
Tears of joy, or the purple smiling face with horns.
Purple
Smiling face with horns.
Purple smiling face with horns or skull.
Purple smiling face with horns.
Purple smiling face with horns or flamingo.
Purple
smiling face with horns.
Who the fuck is texting flamingo?
I just wanted to get an animal in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Smiling face with horns or the see no evil monkey.
Smiley face with horn. When are you ever texting that?
I use the monkey when I'm being like, I'm embarrassed. Don't you? Isn't that how you use
I
it?
do the upside down smiley face if something bad happens.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the upside down smiley.
But that was the next one. Like, okay, so like.
Sorry.
Fuck. Okay.
Mine's horns still. For
Still horns.
Okay, still horns, and then so now it's purple smiling face with horns
Or upside down
smiley.
Upside down smiley goes hard.
Yeah.
Upside down smiley.
Upside down smiley.
Upside down smiley or melting face.
upside down smiley. for
Both
me.
good, but upside down
What's
smiley.
melting face?
Melting.
Actually, I really do like the milk.
Oh,
Melting.
I thought that was y'all. The like big, like roar.
Like Truman,
Yeah.
Truman Show level laughter. Scary. Yeah.
Upside down smiling face or cowboy hat face.
Upside down.
Okay,
Upside
upside down or nail polish.
Ooh.
Upside down. For
Upside
me.
down.
Upside down or ghost.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Upside down or biting lip.
Upside
Oh.
down. Who's texting? Who's
I'm not texting that, but I like her.
I do that sometimes. I'm like, I'm hungry.
that's good.
I'm so
Cute.
yeah, it's like
You text
Fun.
it to your girl. Like,
yeah,
"Oh,
like
you want some food?
yeah.
Upside down smiley face or hot face.
Oh, like
The orange and sweating.
Oh, I like orange and sweating.
I like
that one.
upside down personally. What about you, Katie? You tie break.
That's fucking hard to tie break.
The one that's going
Upside down is more true to my heart. It's just
Same.
Yeah, upside down.
fair enough.
Upside down or heart hands.
No.
Upside down.
Upside down.
Upside down smiley face or sparkles.
No.
Upside
Upside
down.
down.
This is gonna be
Upside
hard.
down smiley face is the winner. That's my favorite emoji.
The best thing is the kabuki face.
Yeah, you should that one. Yeah.
The that's a great game.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I'll see y'all later.
See you later.
Give it up one more time. Pitchfork's Anna Gatsa and Muna. Hang tight. We're about to be up with Jeremy Larson